Okay, we're recording. So basically, we'll just start with like what you need to be doing every day. So you all need to. I made this list. It's in Team Inspire. I know it's on our team website. So it just says daily game plan. So if you need a list to go off of, or if you want to write it or print this out or do whatever, make sure you do that. That way you kind of have something you can check off or whatever. I have made some stuff and updated some stuff in the team website. Like there's a daily content strategy that you all can print. I don't know. Just get on there and play around. Like there's a bunch of tools on there that if you all want it, I would download it. Like there's a 90-day game plan that can help you all, stuff like that. What do you? So anyways, the way that this game plan we broke down, we had made this for a leadership meeting. I think it was back in October or November. But basically it says on Instagram, this is daily things that you do. So you want to follow people, unfollow people. Quit. You're making noise. Or take it up there. Follow people, unfollow people. Make sure you're doing your interactions. So liking and commenting. Scheduling your post. It says airplane mode on here, but that doesn't work anymore. So there's a new way to schedule Instagram posts. Let me see if I can show you on my phone. But let me turn this to speaker so you all can see my phone bigger. Is that working? Okay, that should work. But when you go to like schedule a post, I'll try and zoom in on Instagram up here, like you'll go and okay, I'm just gonna show you. Like go on here, like you're gonna schedule a post. You type out your caption, do whatever. You go back, like you're gonna exit it out, and it says, save draft. So when you save that as a draft, when you go to post, you have all these posts and it just says manage. Like I have 27 saved right now. All these are my scheduled posts. So all I gotta do is click on these and it has my caption and everything. And I just post it whenever I want to. So that's super, super helpful. If you have a problem with like posting or something like that, you can, for one, schedule your posts, sit down like every few days or every week or whatever, and schedule a bunch of posts. And then you can set alarms on your phone or do whatever you have to do to remember to go in to post those things. So that's really, really helpful. Instagram is on this list, which no longer works. They shut it down. So there's other apps like Cleaner, I think is what a lot of people are using. So a Cleaner app, you can just search that on your app store and it unfollows people and stuff for you. And then the other thing is follow-ups and cold messages. So we're going to talk about that tonight, so I'm not going to go over that right now. So same thing with Facebook, adding people every day, posting your story every day, scheduling your posts. You can use Buffer. I know there's something else called Hootsuite, but sometimes everyone says it messes up, so I would do Buffer. Doing your product posts every day and your personal posts, and then engagement posts 1 to 2 times a week. So it's something like asking people what's a Netflix show that you watch, or drop your favorite thing to make for dinner, like things that people are going to comment on to get your interaction up. And then I have cold message on there too. So other things is like making sure that you're doing training videos and personal development or reading a book or anything like that to grow your mind. Your business is never going to get past what you are. So you have to grow yourself for your business to grow. You know, the leadership cap basically is you're not going to go beyond what you know. So just like in school, you can't have a bachelor's degree if you never took any classes. So same thing with your team. I'm not saying your team can't pass you up, but your team, I don't care. Your team is only going to go as far as you do, you know, in a sense. Like if you're the leadership, you're the cap. So a lot of you all in here are leaderships or are in a leadership position. So whatever you all are doing or not doing is what your team is going to do or not do. So making sure you have your goals wrote. I know we're in a new month. If you haven't wrote your goals, you need to do that now. It's only the 8th of the month. You still have at least 3 weeks left. You can get a lot done. I promise you. So make sure that you have your goals wrote out and your charts updated. I don't care if you have one person on your team. You need to have an executive chart and a Ruby chart. I don't care if you have 5 people on your team. You need to have that Ruby chart, that Emerald chart, and that Diamond chart. Like you need to think beyond what you are. You need to know where you're going. What? I don't care. Scheduling parties shout out team members and tag team members in posts. So when you post stuff that you tag team members in posts. So when you post stuff that you feel like your team needs to see, I know Kaylee and them always do that. So, and Ashley does it. So make sure that you're tagging your team in those things so they don't miss it. So I guess, Kiana, do you want to add anything to any of that before we go into like follow-ups and cold messages and stuff?
No, I mean, y'all know how I feel about my checklist. It was something that they used to call like your, was it 6 non-negotiables or like your 10 non-negotiables? So your things that are just not negotiable for the day. And I never did it, to be honest. For 2 years, I never did it. And I was like enrolling 2 to 4 customers a month. And when I started doing it, I was consistently enrolling like 15 to 20 customers a month. So that's kind of I have 10 things on my list, and everybody's list is kind of different, like what's non-negotiable and what can be done like every other day, or like your unfollows can be done every couple of days, or, you know, at the end of the week or whatever. But there's like 10 things that I have to do every single day, no matter what, before I can sleep, before I can do anything like fun, before I can feed my kids and do my non-negotiables, and then I can do everything else. So that's the only thing I make sure is done, is that like my kids are fed. My house isn't clean, nothing like that, until my non-negotiables are done. So that's been what has completely changed my business, is making sure I stick to a checklist that I can actually mark off every single day and hold myself accountable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like she said, this business isn't hard. It's simple. What we have to do is simple, but you have to do it, and you have to do it every day, and you have to be consistent. Posting isn't hard, is it? But you have to remember to do it every day, and you have to do it so many times, and you have to do it so many different ways. So you have to learn how to do these things and be consistent. And like she said, like that's the things that she does every single day before she goes to sleep, or even cleans her house. So yeah, our house might be a hot mess. My house is a hot mess. Do you see that chair back there? That's all my clean laundry. DJ does my laundry, but it goes right there because I don't have time. Like, you should see my living room right now. Like, he told me earlier, he was like, dude, I'm about to go crazy. Okay, well, we're about to get paid, so I don't know what to tell you. Like, but I mean, like, he'll clean and stuff, but like, that's what I'm saying. Like, these things you have to figure out what's more important in the long run. Can you wait 2 days before you have to clean your house so you can get work done? So you can pay your bills? Like, you have to really think about these things and prioritize. Like, is your sleep more important? I hadn't been lately. I haven't been sleeping a lot. But, like, you know, like today I took a nap, but I didn't take a nap before I did my messages or posted my stuff. Like, I posted and then I took a nap. But, like, you have to think about these things. And I stay up late. I get up early. I make sure I work out so I feel like working. You need to find what works for you. So if you need to watch a training video while you work or before you work, or you need to go to the gym before you work, like, that's me. Like, every morning I need to go to the gym and get motivated, and that's what makes me feel better. So that's what makes me work and want to work. Girl, quit teasing him. She's over there teasing the dog because he's outside. But you just have to figure out what works for you and what's going to get you in your zone or make you do what you got to do. It's hard to discipline yourself. It's hard to make stuff a habit. But, I mean, if you don't, where's it going to get you? So, you know, you have to show, if you're working a job, you have to show up every day for that. I mean, you just have to show up. You have to do what you got to do before you do anything else. So I guess we'll just go into we really wanted to, the things that me and Kiana do with each other every single month or month end or week or whatever, we plan out what we're going to do. What?
Can you get me some water so I can...
Girl, can you just chill a minute? Can you chill a minute?
Okay.
Goodness, she ain't said nothing until we did this. But we just kind of go back and forth with like, oh, are we going to use this follow-up message? When are we going to follow up? When are we going to do this? When are we going to do that? So we wanted to tell you all how we do things. And, you know, if it takes us telling you what to do or how to do something for you to do it, then that's fine. Like, you know, whatever, we can do that. So basically, like, we plan out when we're going to do our follow-up. So, like, this week we're going to do our follow-ups at the beginning of the month because we want to use the status thing, which we'll post all about this. We'll tell you what to do. But we're going to use this post where we reach out to our potentials. You know, these people that continue to tell us no or they're not ready or whatever, we're going to see if they'll just post for us and they can earn some free product, which we'll go more into that. But so we're planning on doing that. That way, by the end of the month, this month is June, and that's Green Carpet. So we already know there's a new product coming out at Green Carpet at the end of the month. So we know that we need to do follow-ups now, so we can do follow-ups again at the end of the month for a new product, instead of doing it like in the middle of the month and then following up with them a week later. So this is how we kind of strategically plan our month. So this weekend, you need to knock out all your follow-ups. Today's Thursday. Tonight and tomorrow is follow-up day. The reason we do follow-ups on Thursdays and Fridays is because most people get paid tomorrow. So you need to be in their inbox reminding them what they need or what they want, so they can prioritize that in their paycheck and in their life. So you can start your follow-ups tonight and tomorrow and let these people, be ready or whatever. Like, I already have dates for tomorrow, so I need to know who I'm following up with in the morning, or message them tonight, or whatever you do. But you got to do your follow-ups, knock them out this weekend, so we can follow up again at the end of the month. We can give you all sample messages that we send out, things like that. That's things that like I said, me and Kiana go back and forth. I know that Kaylee and Tiffany have become, I had them, like, we went out to eat, and I was like, okay, y'all are now accountability partners. You need to text each other every day. So guess what? They text each other every day, and they're like, I just signed a little customer. I have potentials for this day. Like, they pump each other up. So you need to find someone that can do that for you. I mean, you can come to us, but, like, sometimes people feel like, maybe me and, I don't know, Sarah's brand new, so maybe me and Sarah aren't on the same level, and she wants to talk to someone that's new and that can relate to her more. You know what I mean? Like, you got to find somebody that you can relate to. Maybe you're pushing for the same promotion, or you're going through the same stuff. So do you want to share anything about that follow-up?
About the one that we're doing, or?
Yeah, or just like, we can post it and tell them how to do it if you don't want to go over it on here, but just maybe
I think we should do it separate.
Okay. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do follow-ups this weekend, and then at the end of the month. And like I said, we'll walk you all through this stuff. We'll post it for you so you'll know exactly what you need to do and what you need to say. What was the next thing we were going to do? You got to remind me. Let me think. Sending out all of your cold messages or whatever you do, it's best to do that in the beginning of the month. So maybe if they're interested in products, guess what? You can follow up with them at the end of the month and say, I got a brand new product out. I know you said you'd be one of my product testers. Can you do this? Because I need testimonies for this new product. But you have to plant the seed ahead of time. So as much messaging as you can do. If you need a message, we have those in the group, or if you need to come to us and talk to us about that. Basically, I just want you all to know, like I said, if we need to tell you all what you need to do, then we can do it. Do you have anything to add? Anything to say?
Yeah, that's the main thing, is just like, we don't know what you need unless you come to us, is what she's saying. Like, for all we know, you're messaging, you're following, you're doing everything you're supposed to do, you're enrolling like crazy, or getting dates, for every day of the month. And then come into the month, you don't hit your goal. Well, why in that first week, when you noticed that things weren't going smooth for you, why didn't you come to somebody? You know what I mean? Like, it's better to be proactive rather than reactive, and just go ahead and come to somebody that's on this Zoom right now. Like, it doesn't even matter who it is. Just go to somebody. Come to me, come to Krista, and we can help you with whatever the problem is. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, 9 times out of 10, the problem is you're not messaging enough. You're not sending what we send, and you're kind of coming up with something that might not be, I don't know the word. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. That just might not be as attractive, or you're sending everything, you're posting, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do, and you just don't have a big enough audience yet. So that means you need to focus more of your time on adding people. I know I had told one of the girls on my team that was her issue. So I told her, it was like a few days before the month ended, and I was just like, go ahead and just like follow for these next like 5 days, and then start messaging again. Just so like your interaction is going to be up. You're spending most of your time following rather than, doing anything else to try to get your audience up, because there's no point in posting and messaging if you have 60 people and that's it. No one's going to see anything. So you want to have as big of an audience as you possibly can. And if you're not seeing the results that you want, and you go look and you have less than 5,000 friends on Facebook, that's the problem. So, and it's the same with Instagram, 3,000 to 5,000 followers. If you have less than that and you're not seeing results, that's why. So you need to make it a point to set alarms on your phone, whatever you have to do to remind yourself to go follow people for 5 whole minutes. Like literally set a stopwatch, like a countdown, 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever it is. And you do not do anything else besides follow people. It could be 2 minutes. It could be 60 seconds. Like it doesn't matter. But make sure that you're disciplined enough to set aside those times to add and follow people, or if it's messaging that's the issue, or whatever your one thing is. Like everybody kind of has their one thing. I know me, I didn't even start cold messaging until October. And that was right before my 2-year mark. Completely changed everything for me. But I had to set alarms every day to remind me. Instagram was another thing. I didn't start running Instagram until my 1-year mark. Had to set alarms to remind me to post on Instagram every day, every like 2 to 3 hours. So, it takes 21 days to make a habit. So anything that you're struggling with, following, messaging, posting, checking the group, if you struggle with that, that might be your only struggle, is that you forget to check the group for like 3 days in a row. So set a reminder on your phone for like twice a day, in the afternoon and in the evening, that just says check group. It's simple. Like it's so simple to become disciplined with this.
And find something that you like. And like I said, okay, with Instagram, when me and Kiana started Instagram, we were like, I hate Instagram. It sucks. Like, I'm tired of doing all this work. And then all of a sudden you wake up and you got 5 new people messaging you like, what do you do? Like, okay, and you get pumped. Like when you work so hard on something and you build up the results, you get addicted. Like we love Instagram, and that's why we have so many followers, because that's why we stick to that. So if it's Facebook and you're getting a lot from Facebook, do that and work Instagram on the side. If it's messaging and you get tons from that, do that. If you message and don't get anything from it, then find something that works for you. Like you have to find something that you like doing. You can't just dread what you're doing every day. And like I said, I don't know. She's back there like breathing all hard, and I don't know. She's driving me crazy. Find what you like doing. What?
And let me just butt in and say, it all sucks when you first start doing it. I'm not going to lie. But everything does. Like when you start going to the gym, those first few weeks suck. Like, and then you get addicted to going, and then your body starts craving it. Greens sucked when I started drinking greens. Like I for real like had to plug my nose and everything, and now my body craves the nutrients after just a couple of weeks of being on them. Anything, like a new job, getting into a new routine. Like if you used to work first shifts and then you get a third shift job, it's gonna suck. And vice versa. When you get in school, getting used to it for the first few weeks, it sucks. It's not fun. It's after you build the habit, like Chris has said, and you start to like really see the payoff from it. And you wake up that one morning and you've got 9 unread messages on Instagram from one post, or you cold message on Instagram after you've hit like 10,000 followers, and you get a whole bunch of people enrolling and stuff like that. Then that's when you're like, oh yeah, Instagram is my jam. And it's like that with anything, like anything in life. It's not fun for the first like 1 to 3 weeks of you getting into that habit. Once you build the habit and you start seeing results from it, then that's when you start to say, oh, I should have been messaging this whole time. Oh, I should have been on Instagram this whole time. I should have been doing this whole time.
And the same with using products. If you're not a product of the products, if you're not using these products, we say this all the time, but you don't realize how much people don't care and don't believe in it until you do it and have personal results. I've been posting my weight loss stuff. People have been blowing me up. I mean, even y'all have been blowing me up. Like, what are you doing? But before then, I was slacking. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to. And guess what? I wasn't getting anything from it. You have to find something that, I don't care if you don't want to lose weight. If you want to gain weight, get you a protein shake and gain some weight. If you want your hair long, get you some hair, skin, and nails and grow your hair long. You have to have some kind of results. Because that's the thing, like, and then, like I said, if cold messaging isn't for you, whatever, but, like, when I cold message, I stick to the things that I have results with. So, okay, do you want to try the wraps, the greens, or the wraps, the hair, skin, and nails, like stuff I have pictures for, like, oh, well, hold on, let me send you my personal results. And that's when it sells these people, like, they're like, oh, wow, so that's you, and that's awesome, whatever. But I mean, like, it's just something to adjust to. It's something to learn. And it's something new, and you have to commit to it. So this is anything. Like I said, if you don't show up, then you're not going to get paid. Same thing with the job. And then another thing, so since preliminaries posted today, maybe you're not happy. Get your iPad. So maybe your preliminary commissions posted today and you weren't happy. guess what? You still got paid to play on your phone. So were you getting paid to be on Facebook before? No. That just means you need to work a little harder and be more consistent. If you work harder and be more consistent, you're going to bring in more sales or more, team members or whatever, and then your paycheck's going to grow. You have to do the work with this. Like, we'd say all the time, but like, this is different than a job. So you do a lot of work in the beginning. So it's work, get paid. Work, get paid. Then it's work, get paid. Work, get paid. Then you're working, getting paid. So that's something that we built up. Yeah, that first year for me to build this up was a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of trial and error, a lot of learning what worked for me and what didn't. But then when I went diamond and double, it was like, okay, well, I got this. Like, I can, not necessarily chill, but like I know what I'm doing now. Nikki said, can you go over how you clean out your inbox and friends and how much time a week you spend on it? I clean out my inbox. I think this is when Kiana does hers too, but when we're sending out messages, I go down, like if I see something that, what I do in my Facebook inbox, it's only potential distributors or potential customers. When y'all message me and we're done talking, I archive it. Because when you archive it, it just goes in a different inbox, basically. So it's not deleting the message. So if somebody tells me no, I just archive it. So I know that if they come back to me later, I can see that we talked about it before. But that's just how I clean my inbox out. I only want to keep my potentials in there so I can literally go in there and follow up with all these people back to back. When do you clean yours out?
I kind of clean mine out as I go. Like when I do follow-ups, I really do it as I talk to people. Like when I do follow-ups, depending on what they respond with, if they respond like they're not interested or something like that, I'll go ahead and archive it right then. And then it's kind of based off of people's responses. And like Krista said, when team members message me or something like that, like I just archive it, and that way I still have it so I can see our previous conversations. And then when you have messages archived and that person messages you, it still goes to your regular inbox. Mm-hmm. So archiving it is just kind of putting it in like a save folder. And then my cold messages, I wait 3 days. If they don't respond to my cold message within 3 days, then I go archive it. So every 3 days or every day I have the cold messages from 3 days ago. So like today I have the cold messages from 3 days ago to go and archive because I don't want to delete it. I want to know that I've messaged them so I don't go re-message them on accident. Nikki, it is going to take forever to do it because you haven't been doing it. It took me probably a whole month to actually get everything archived, like all of my cold messages from people who didn't respond. And then once you get it done, don't stress yourself. You don't want to spend all month archiving messages. You're not getting paid to do that. So just do it, a few a day. And then once you get it all cleaned out, it'll be easier to keep up with and you won't get behind on it.
Yep. And as far as friends go, Lord, I clean my friends list up by going down my timeline and seeing people can't talk or type or
talking about vouchers,
drama, posting drama or baby daddy crap. Like I don't have time for all that. Or if they're on there cussing and stuff, like I don't want that type of. That's not my tribe. I don't want them on my team. So I delete people that way. Sometimes I run into people that I just don't really vibe with. I don't know. And then I'll go to their friends list and make sure I don't vibe with their friends either. And I'll delete them all right there. Like, do y'all delete?
I do, Nikki.
Yeah, I do too. I have some reps on here just because of like when I do trendsetters and stuff. But before I had nobody on mine. I delete all the company people. So yeah, basically, like we said, do your follow-ups this weekend so we can follow up at the end of the month. Make sure you're staying excited. Make sure you're talking about these a new product coming out at the end of the month. Make sure you're getting pumped for green carpet. Dude, you stink.
Yeah, I'm so excited to hear the announcements. We know there's going to be a new product. Last year they did new greens and probiotic, and then they did double fast start bonuses.
Yeah.
Because they just did double or BOGO distributor kits. So we're not sure what it's going to be this time.
Special for us, and they've done a product sale, so it could literally be anything. So they could do. We have bonuses out, so I don't think it's going to be that, but they could do, like she said, double fast starts. They could come up with something new. There's no telling. And then another thing, like I know you all probably don't want to do your follow-ups. You probably don't want to work right now. But the thing is, when you do the work, it's going to show up in 3 to 6 months. So you got to think about that. In 3 months, where are you going to be? In 6 months, it's going to be Christmas time. Do you want your kids Christmas? Do you want to be able to do this and that for Christmas? Then you need to work now. Like, it's not, you can't work in November and it show up in December. Like, that's not how it always works. So you got to be doing the work now and expect the results to really, really come and run in 3 months and 6 months. Imagine where you could be in 6 months. I mean, me and Kiana's over here like, we'll be presidential by, whatever, by December. So, I mean, that's the thing. You just got to work it now. The more people you talk to now, that gives them at least 6 months before they're going to, follow through. What if you talk to like 1,000 people this month? What if all 1,000 people follow through in the next 6 months? That could change your business. That could change your team's business. So I really want you all to sit down and figure out what you need, what you want, your goals, your dreams by the end of the year. Get your charts out, know where you're at, how many team members you need, what's working for you, what's not working for you. I mean, literally, I want you to figure everything out. I don't care if you write it all down and then send it to us in a message. But we don't know where you're at or what you're doing or what's not working or what's working unless you come to us. So that's just the biggest thing. You all have to know to come to us. We're not going to chase you. We don't do that. We used to, and we're over it. Like, I'm not going to blow you up and message you and say, why are you not working? Are you not going to work? Are you not going to do this? I'll replace. Like, that's all I'm doing. I don't chase, we replace. So I'm running with, I need, 3-4 diamonds for my triple. Who's going to be them? That's all I need to know. I mean, we're running. We got this. Okay, you're responding.
By drama, we don't mean people who are struggling like in life. By drama, we mean people that are like fighting and arguing on Facebook. There's no way to inspire them. I mean, to be honest, like,
you can't change people like that.
Right.
Someone that's going through stuff, they might be negative on Facebook, but it's not like if they're fighting with all kinds of people or posting stuff like that, like, do you really want that on your team? Do you really want that in your circle? You don't want anybody on your team and everybody. You want your people on your team. Because if you're signing literally anybody that wants to sign up with you because you think that's what you got to do, you're going to be chasing these people. You're going to be upset because they're not working because they didn't really want this and they weren't the type of people that were supposed to be on your team. Like, you don't want that. You want to wait for the right one. I mean, there were tons of people that I signed before Kiana that didn't do crap. And then Kiana signed.
Hey. Chill out.
But I mean, that's pretty much it. We got 6 minutes if you all want to ask questions in the chat or unmute or whatever. Emily's on. Look at that baby.
They know.
He's getting so big.
They know. Anybody out there?
But I mean, just make sure you all come to us. We're here. We're running 100%. We're up almost every day night. I mean, y'all seen the other day that everyone was at my house. We ate all day. Like, we were not a product of the product. We didn't even take fat fighters. But we ate all day and worked all day. And I mean, we can do that on here. We can get on Zoom and do power hours and whatever you all need. You all just have to tell us. Like, we can't read minds. So if you're running, you need to tell us you're running so we can run with you because we don't know. Anybody got any questions? Oh, Brooke's on the rap at it. But we're promoting this month. So really, we just need to know who's promoting with us. That's what we need to know for real. How many customers are you gonna sign? So
Me?
No, nobody's talking to you. DJ said you have a big head on the screen.
Tell him to leave me alone and clean his house.
Right. But anyways, if y'all don't have no questions, I'm gonna stop the recording. Oh, hold on. I almost ended the meeting.